I didn't mean to say it like that, but I was tired, frustrated, elbows deep in laundry and knees deep in resentment. He walked in late again, and without thinking, I said it. You're not my partner. You're just a man I co-parent with. There was a pause. A long enough one for me to realize I'd crossed a line, but not short enough to force me to apologize. If you've ever blurted something out to make someone feel the weight of your emotions, even if it wasn't fair to them, you know the sting. It still hurts. We weren't always like this. In the beginning, he was the one who calmed my chaos. When I spiraled, he steadied me. When I doubted, he believed. We had our baby sooner than we expected. Parenthood didn't break us. It buried us under routines that swallowed our identities. We became mom and dad, but somewhere along the way, we forgot who we were when we weren't those roles. I started to see him less as my partner and more as an assistant. He picked up the baby, ran errands, took out the trash. He moved like someone afraid to do too much or too little, always guessing, always tired. And I just became bitter. One night, after we put our daughter to bed, I folded clothes in silence. He sat across from me, scrolling through his phone. We hadn't touched in weeks, barely spoken. Then he asked, "Do you still love me?" I didn't answer right away. I stared at a onesie in my hand, trying to figure out what that question even meant. Then I laughed, not because it was funny, but because the question felt too late. "I love that you're a great dad," I said, "but sometimes I feel like I'm just co-parenting with a roommate." His reaction? Nothing at first. Then he blinked slowly, as if my words had just landed. And he stood up. He walked toward the hallway, and I heard the unmistakable sound of a suitcase being pulled from the closet. That's when it hit me. He wasn't going to fight for me. He wasn't going to yell or ask questions. He believed me. He packed. And I just stood there, frozen in the doorway, feeling like a child watching a parent walk away. My throat burned. "Wait," I said, but he didn't stop. He zipped up his suitcase and said, "If that's how you see me, I won't stay where I'm not seen as a husband." Then he walked past me, calm and quiet, but hollow. I slept on the couch that night, not because I had to, but because the bed smelled like him and I couldn't bear it. The next morning, our daughter asked for him. I told her he wanted to see Grandma. It wasn't a complete lie. He did go there, but the real reason was me. Days turned to weeks, and he texted only to check in on our daughter. Short messages. No warmth. No emojis. The man who used to send me voice notes just to say he missed my face now treated me like an office administrator. And I deserved it. I tried justifying it to my friends. I told them we were already falling apart, that he never showed me affection, but the truth was, he did. I just stopped seeing it, or maybe I stopped valuing it. He made my coffee exactly how I liked it. Even when we weren't speaking, he rubbed my back when I had cramps, even if I didn't say thank you. He called me babe until I flinched every time he did. I pushed him away, one word at a time. And that night, I used the final one. I thought he'd come back. Maybe not right away, but eventually. Maybe after we both cooled off. But he didn't. Instead, he sent me a message a month later with a link to a shared calendar for parenting transitions. No explanation. No, can we talk? Just logistics. When he dropped our daughter off the first time, he didn't come in. He didn't linger. He kissed her on the forehead, handed me her backpack, and left. I wanted to scream at him to come back inside, to yell, to fight for us. But I'd already made him feel like there was nothing to fight for. I sat on the kitchen floor that night, my back against the fridge, cry like someone had died, because something had. The love didn't disappear all at once. It eroded slowly with silence, missed glances, and one careless sentence too many. Weeks later, we sat across from each other in a mediator's office, discussing custody, visitation schedules, and holidays. He didn't look angry. He looked calm, peaceful, even, and I hated it. Not because I wanted him to be miserable, but because I realized he was free. Free from the woman who made him feel small. Free from the cold version of me who prioritized pride over partnership. And me, I was left with a title, single mom, and the memory of the night he quietly gave up on being anything more than the man I co-parented with. 6 months had passed. We text more now, mostly about our daughter. Sometimes he asks how I'm doing. I always say I'm okay, but the truth is I'm not, because the words I said to hurt him, they did. And the worst part? He believed them. If you ever push someone away with words you wish you could take back, or if you're replaying that one sentence in your head that cut deeper than you ever intended, I get it. Here's what I learned. Sometimes you don't lose someone in a fight. You lose them in the silence after a single, sharp sentence. And they don't leave out of anger. They leave because they finally believe you never really wanted them to stay.